From MC Light to Jean Cray and all my sisters around the way. You're watching Ladies First with my homegirl Jen from BK.
Hey guys, your girl Jen from BK here, and I have a very special guest here next to me. I've been trying to get this woman for about a few months now, okay? Before the Kendrick album dropped. Rapsody, what's up, girl?
What's up? How you doing? I'm glad to finally be here.
Yes, I mean, like I said, I've been searching for you for dumb long. So let's get into this. What I love about you, I was talking about this, off air or whatever, your lyricism and your wordplay. There's just the way you rap in your songs, it's not what's out right now. And what I love also about is that there's a message behind it. And I feel that's what's lacking about it. So let's just start from the very beginning. Young Rapsody out of North Carolina. Talk about her and how you came to be a rap star rapper now.
Wow. I'm going to go all the way back to when I was
all the way back
a little girl and I was sitting in front of the TV, MTV Raps, and they played Poor Georgie by MC Light. Mm-hmm. And at that moment, I knew, like, I want to do that. I want to be an MC because I saw so much power in MC Light, and she was a woman, and I had seen all these guys, but she was the first woman. I was like, oh, if she could do it, I could do it. So I go all the way back to them, but it wasn't until I went to college at NC State, I had the confidence, I got around the right friends, they gave me that freedom, like, yo, if that's what you want to do, just try it. Like, don't think about what people are going to think. And, so years later, I recorded my first 2 songs. It was the summer of 2005. I met Ninth 2 months after that. And he heard the songs and he was like, you're a star. You just have to work on A, B, and C. Mm-hmm. And that was all, the gas I needed on my fire to it just went from there. So he took me under his wings for about 2 or 3 years. I signed with him in 2008 to Jamla Records. Mm-hmm. And, the rest is the future. Like, I'm 7 projects deep now. Mm-hmm. And, that's kind of like my story in a nutshell.
So what's the support system like out in North Carolina? They're showing you a lot of love out there? I mean, is it a small hometown? I mean, I really don't know anything about North Carolina. I'm not going to front except for, Jordan and UNC and all that.
Right.
Tell me about growing up in your neighborhood.
Growing up, I'm from a small country town called Snow Hill.
Okay. Snow Hill, all right.
Yes, there's no snow though. There's no snow. There's a hill, but there's no snow. But like population like today is 2,600. So when I was growing up, it was maybe like 1,000.
Wow.
But
so everyone knew each other.
Everyone knew each other. I came from a 2-parent home, middle class family. I have 3 older sisters, a younger brother. A lot of cousins, like mad cousins. So, that was just me. Like, I love music. Me and my dad would get up and we watch Video Soul together, and he played Luther. And on Saturdays, my mom made us
on VH1, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know about that.
My mom would make us clean up. We had chores, and I played sports. So that's what it was. Like, I got my hip-hop through TV, though.
Okay.
So whenever, like Method Man and Mary J. Blige is All I Need, that's like one of my favorite videos. And New York became this magical place. And that's when I just fell in love with the culture and art of it. And that was me as a kid. Like, I was shy, but I loved hip hop. So now when people who know me, that I used to grow up with, they'd be like, you rhyme now? I would have never guessed. Like,
really?
You're so shy. Oh. Yeah, like I was real quiet.
But you know what? You're normally the shy ones that actually have the most talent. You know what I'm saying? It's the reserved one that's kind of the ones chilling in the cut that just says a lot without having to say much. You know what I mean? And that's what I know you said that in an interview, that you were that type of girl, right? To kind of be in the cut.
Tomboy. Like, I hung with all the guys. Mm-hmm. And, other than that, just I'd be in the cut chilling. Like, everybody would be doing their thing. But, that was me.
So you mentioned that, about sports and everything. You reference balling a lot in your rhymes, right? Do you ball? Is that something you do?
Yeah, I started balling when I was 7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I didn't. Right. I got a chance to go to Meredith, but I didn't want to go to an all-girls school.
She
growing
up, guys.
Right? Growing up a tomboy, like, I had no girl cousins that were my age. I was just used to being a guy, so I was like, sometimes I'd be uncomfortable around girls because, I wasn't girly. Like, I wasn't in the heels and jewelry. So it's like, I don't have anything to talk about with you guys. But, I found my balance. And so, it's dope now.
Do you think you could have had a long-lasting basketball career? Like, did it go to that level as far as your skills and everything?
I think I would have done really really good in college. I don't know if I would have made it to the pros. I'm short too. Like I'm only 5'3".
Oh, so you play point guard, right?
Yep.
When you crossing people up on
You
the
play?
court.
Did you play ball?
No, I don't play ball, but I love sports.
Okay,
I
okay.
love sports.
That's
my
dope.
thing. So
yeah, I play point guard. Yeah.
girl, you was lighting it up.
I was lighting it up a little bit. A little bit.
Okay, so big sports girl, and of course, obviously, a really dope rapper. So let's circle back to your EP now, right. Beauty and the Beast,
Beauty
right?
and the Beast.
So there's a couple songs on there that I really relate to, and I kind of want to talk to you about that. First is The Man. If you guys have heard it, it's a song about, I guess, a father that isn't there, or a person that isn't there in your life and just going through a lot. Was that from a personal experience? Can you talk about that record a little bit?
No, I had my dad in my life.
Okay.
So, my brother didn't have that problem. But, I wrote the song, around having conversations at that time about kids who didn't have fathers.
Mm-hmm.
I remember being on Facebook and seeing a guy from my hometown. He was talking about, how when he was younger, he had to lose his childhood early because he had to take care of his younger brothers and sisters because he didn't have a dad. And there's a good friend of mine by the name of Lavelle Moten, who's the head coach at North Carolina Central's basketball team.
Mm-hmm.
And he put out a book around the same time, and they put an insert out, and he talked about how, hard it was not having a father and how much, anger he had in him, when he was growing up. And the good thing about it, though, is his mom never made him be the man of the house.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't happen for a lot of kids. And, that's not to say there are a lot of great black fathers, but I don't think we talk about, the children that don't have fathers and, how they lose their innocence so young. So, I wanted to talk about it, and people was like, it's crazy that that song came from a woman,
Mm-hmm.
and I could still relate to it. And you still were able to touch on the subject. So I chose to tell it in the way of a story. And, I wanted to paint the picture for people because, just rapping about in general, you might not always get it. But if you can visually see it and put yourself in it, and you can, kind of feel the emotion and think what the child is thinking, then it takes you there. So, I just wanted to find a creative way that would really get the message across, whether you personally dealt with it or you haven't, just to make you understand,
The message definitely
Right.
came across. I mean, it struck me because obviously, I have father issues as well, but it really, I felt like it was me saying it. So you hit the nail right on the head with that, and I absolutely love that. And that's what I love about you. I keep on raving about her, but it's just your lyrics, and you put out messages when you put out your music. It's just not just, hey, I'm the hottest chick. Da, 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 da. It's like there's something behind it.
Right.
Do you feel like that's lacking
Yeah.
with our female MCs nowadays?
Not just female. I think in a mainstream, across the board, guys and girls, that message is there's no balance there. I put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I grew up, there was a lot on the radio that, there was storytelling, there was messaging songs, but there were still songs you can have fun with and go to the clubs to.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I turn on the radio and all I hear is turn up, goes to the club. And, a good friend of mine and my label mate, GQ, he told me one day, he was like, you know what? There are a lot of artists who make music for Friday and Saturday, but we need music for Sunday through Thursday,
I
because
love that.
when people get out of the club, you got to go back to life, and you're not turning up when you wake up every day. You're not jumping. Like, there are days you having arguments with your boyfriend or girlfriend,
Right.
or there are days you lost your homie, or you having self-esteem issues, or there's good days like you chilling with your cousin and you just want to talk about how much you love your family. So you want to make music that people can attach an emotion to or memory to, because people want to be able to relate to it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the music I want to make. Like, that's the music I grew up on. And when I hear like an old song, I can immediately go back to a memory and remember where I was, what I was doing, how I felt. And that's what I want my music to do.
So what are some female or just MCs in general that you looked up to, you said, growing up, that brings those memories for you?
Oh, it's a lot. MC Light was the first. Queen Latifah, Missy Elliott, Foxy Brown, Little Kim. My all-time favorite, Lauryn Hill. When I got to college, it was Jean Grey. And now, like, I listen to my peers, like Ill Camille, No Name Gypsy. There's a new artist by the name of Tink. Like, I like her stuff. So, I find inspiration even outside of of MCs. Like I fell in love with Felicia Rashad in the Cosby Show and Cicely Tyson. Like she's one of my favorite.
Amazing
people.
women.
I cannot wait to. I really want to meet her one day.
You will.
Nikki Giovanni. Like these are women that just inspired me. Like taught me how to be classy and to carry yourself and have dignity and to hold your head up and be proud of who you were. So, it was just in hip hop and outside general. Like I drew from everything.
I got to bring this up because in one of your songs, Godzilla, and it's funny you didn't mention their names. When you mentioned peers, it was a line that was black and witty. Something with Nicki and Iggy that you referred to. Can you say it real quick? Because I can't.
While y'all still argue about Nicki, Iggy, I'm killing these Mickeys, Biggie. I'm talking about mice and men.
Yeah. So let's talk about that. Do you feel like Nicki and Iggy are glorified for their sex appeal as far as an MC goes? I mean, what were you trying to say with those lines right there? Or you just shout out names of whoever's hot right now?
Nah, it wasn't that. It was just more so like I would see people, having the Nicki versus Iggy battle, and it's just like that's not really needed. Like, if you're a fan of Nicki, be a fan of Nicki. If you're a fan of Iggy, be a fan of Iggy. If you're not a fan of either, find somebody you like and talk about them. So we waste too much time, getting involved in conflict. Like, let's find who we like and be positive, and who you like. If you want to see them in the limelight, then go buy their music and tell somebody about it. So that's what it is. Like,
spreading positivity.
Right. Like there can be more than one MC at a time. Like we don't have to argue about who's the one. Like there's room for everybody. And like I said, like when I was growing up, everybody coexisted together. Like you had Kim, you had Foxy, you had Lauren, you had Missy, you had Queen Latifah, you had Moni Love. You had all these artists. You had Charlie Baltimore. You had Eve. Like, and they all coexisted together. So we can do the same thing today. Like, there's room and there's a lane for everybody.
And I feel like also there's a thin line between, I guess, the racial divide when it comes to hip hop, right? When it comes to like Iggy Azalea, a lot of people were getting at her because, she is a white woman in rapping these rhymes, and it's just, I feel like you said, it's not needed. We all need to coexist together and be all right. But how do you feel about that? Like, do you feel like Iggy is kind of walking to uncharted territory in the black culture, people would say, in hip hop? Or what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I think she has fun and she enjoys what she does, and this is what she wanted to be her job, and she made it her job. Like I don't think about it any more than that.
Okay.
I put my energy into the ones that I really like. Like I like Ill Camille, I like No Name Jim C. Even outside of females, I like Chance the Rapper. So I focus on that and the music, and I think that's just what it is. Like, if these are the people that I want to see carry the culture, then I'm going to put my energy into them, putting it into something I might not necessarily listen to, that might not be me or my style or my taste. Like that didn't do anything for me. So, I just put my energy in other places.
In other places. Speaking of other places, let's talk about Kendrick Lamar. You being featured on his song Complexion. Super deep song. So let's talk about that. How did he approach you? I mean, how did that whole setup happen, the record?
I've been knowing Kendrick since 2011, and he's always been a big supporter fan. We did our first song in 2011. So we were supposed to do another one for She Got Game, but it gets busy for artists. So the day after Control dropped, I was shooting a video in DJ Premier's studio. And Ninth was on the phone with Kendrick, and Kendrick was in South Africa, and he was like, I got this idea for a song, and I want to get rap on my next album. And we were like, yeah, whenever you're ready, just let us know. And, he was like, I got an idea, but I'm still working it out. I'll let you know, so it's okay. And I didn't hear, Ninth or I, we didn't hear anything for a year and a half. So, I didn't know if it was still in the play or not. I wasn't worried about it. I just knew whatever he dropped, whether I was on it or not, was going to be crazy dope. Like, I know how talented he is. But January 11th of 2015, Dave Free, Kendrick's manager, hit Ninth, and he was like, Kendrick sending rap a song to put some voice on. And that was it. Like, I talked to him a few days later. He told me the title. We didn't talk in depth about the concept because I got it. Complexion, I already know where you're going with it.
One and done.
So, I wrote my verse that day and recorded it that night, and that was it. Like,
So when you listen to the record now, right, as you're listening through to Pimp a Butterfly and that record plays, what does it make you feel?
Wow.
Hearing everything just come together and just be a dope record.
Yeah, man, it was crazy to hear it first because when he sent the song, he only sent my part.
Well, I was
So
gonna
didn't-
ask, did he send his
yeah,
verses down? No.
he told me he's like I rap on a different part of the beat. My beat is different. Um, we didn't talk about his lyrics or anything. So for me to hear it all together, like I was like, wow. First it was like this song is amazing and it's a song that we need. Like I don't think many people, if any, have really touched on complexion and that in the black community. So it's definitely something that was needed. But two, I was tripping and he told me in a text, it's like, it's crazy you hadn't heard the whole song, but it fits perfect. Because he rapped his lyrics were like coming from a slave's point of view, and I had something about slaves in my verse and the Tupac thing, and it's just like, wow, like it's crazy how it just all came together. So it was good to hear it. Like I was wowed by it, but it just took me back. Like this song is gonna touch some people, and it's gonna make them feel good about themselves when necessarily they might not. They might have low self-esteem about them being too light or too dark or to anything. So it's gonna change some lives and touch some people, and that was the beautiful thing about it.
Is that a big struggle in the black community as far as the skin
Yeah.
tone and everything? I mean, I would love to know more about it. I mean, we talk about it a lot, but from a woman who obviously isn't a black woman, how does that affect you? Have you ever had to go through struggles like that because of your skin tone?
I could relate to it, off bat. When I was younger, like I was telling somebody, like I have brothers and sisters, and two of them are like really high yellow, and like I'm one of the darker ones, and I'd be like, I'd be outside playing, and in the summer, and I come in and be like, oh, you done got black.
Oh my God.
That's when the jokes start. And it became something for me, like to the point where, I go to the beach and I get sunscreen, and it's like, I'm going to butter up on this sunscreen because not thinking it's going to protect me from UV rays, but it's going to keep me from getting too dark. But that wasn't the case. So I'd come back and I'd see that bathing suit strap, and it's like, dang, I done got 3 shades darker. So, I mean, it was definitely something that I dealt with, but, getting into hip hop and Spike Lee movies and the Cosby Show, like Rudy was one of my favorite characters.
Rudy.
Like you learn to love yourself, and it's
Yeah.
like, man, we're all beautiful. Like I'm not too dark. Black is beautiful.
That's right.
Like, that was, I think in the 90s, like the Black and Beautiful slogan was really big. So, it really changed how I looked at things. But, I still see it today, like with my niece. She's dark skinned, and I see her, thinking like white Barbies are way more beautiful than black Barbies. And I never want her to feel like that. And this is something, that's been happening. It dates back to slavery. Light-skinned slaves were in the house. Dark-skinned slaves had to be in the field working. So you have a thing where, oh, you're better than us. You're smarter. And it's still carry on today. So, we need conversation and music like this, to spark conversation and, make change.
And I love that. And that record you did with Kendrick with the complexion, smashed it. Got it right across, for real. Seriously, it was so dope. I'm gonna talk about another song too. I'm sorry, this is what I'm gonna do all day. Just talked about your songs.
Hey, I'm good. I'm here. Right along.
And you're actually gonna perform it later for us, and it's definitely gonna be a treat. Hard to choose.
Yeah, hard to choose.
So let's talk about that.
That was a song I wrote about just being an artist and having to decide, if how far you want to go, how much you want to change yourself to be famous or to make it in this industry. Because a lot of artists feel like, I have to compromise myself and be something that I'm not, just to make it. And making that decision, what am I willing to give up for money and fame, or just for fame in general? And I got into this outside of having a passion and love for it. Like I wanted to be an inspiration for little girls, and be a voice.
You said in another song too, actually, right? Believe Me.
Right. Believe Me.
You said that.
Like, so it talked about that, and it talked about being a black artist, and not necessarily a black woman too, not necessarily feeling you get the support from your community because you're not on TV or you're not on radio, or you're doing something different. So you're just talking about that struggle that artists have to go through.
Well, just to let you know, for me, it was beyond just hip hop artists and music. Like, It touched
dope.
me because it felt, I mean, I'm obviously not a rapper, but it felt like, yeah, you know, there are women out there who don't have to put out this front, who don't have to fake it, like, you know, oh, be the hottest thing, put their looks out there, make, you know, make their appearance be this,
Right.
be all of them, you know. It's about having integrity, dignity, and really
Right.
standing for what you believe in. And that's what I love so much about that record. And just I just want to let you know that it goes beyond just hip hop.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Just
like,
being a woman in this industry and just standing up for yourself, you know?
right? Because it's not easy for us. At all. Like,
It's so hard.
you know, I was telling the guys, like, y'all have it real. Y'all go through struggles, but y'all have it a lot easier than we do.
Seriously, you know, it's like if you're cute or have a pretty face in the industry,
Right.
they kind of think you're one way or try to like slide you or slick you a little
Exactly.
bit. And it's just not like that. So you have to have tough skin and really
Right.
be strong and everything.
Right. So I'm glad you like that record.
I love it. And I can't wait for for everyone at home to watch it and see you perform this record, because it's really going to touch you.
Right.
Everybody, for real. All right, great interview. But now we're on to our next segment. It's called This or That. Rhapsody, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so it's very simple. It's rapid fire questions, okay? It's going to be two things that appears on the screen, and you got to choose, like, if it's green or black, just say green or black. Very simple.
Okay. I'm
All
ready.
right?
Let's
You
do it.
ready?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Duke or UNC?
Duke.
Yeah.
Duke.
Okay, all
Grant
right.
Hill, Duke.
All night. Dry rub barbecue or lots of sauce?
Lots of sauce.
Lauryn Hill or MC Light?
Oh, come on, yo.
You gotta, if you had to.
Lauryn Hill.
To Pimp a Butterfly or Good Kid, Mad City?
To Pimp a Butterfly.
Is your crew more like Waiting to Exhale or Set It Off?
We setting it off.
Spend a Day with Michelle Obama or Maya
Oh,
Angelou?
wow. Maya.
What makes a song, the lyrics or the beat?
Wow, that's a tough one. I want to say both, but if I had to choose one, I think the beat.
Beat, all right. Which is harder, the grind or staying on top?
Grind.
I laid back home at night or turned up in a club?
Oh, I'm laid back, Law and Order.
oh, yeah, SVU?
SVU.
That's the one. That's the one. Incense or candles?
Let me get candles.
You're a student at Cooley High, kicking with Preach or Cochise?
Oh, let me get Cochise.
Cochise, yeah. And finally, if you were stuck on an island and you could only have one person with you, would you choose Ninth Wonder or Kendrick Lamar?
I'm going to go with my big brother, Ninth.
All right. Nice. No shades and no shots at K-Dot for that.
No shade.
Rapsody, thank you so much. And now, you guys, she's about to hit our little studio and bless you with her song, Hard to Choose. You ready to rock this?
I'm ready to rock it. I'm a beast. Ferguson without police. I'm taking over streets in the name of what the game was. In memory of Mike Brown, put your hands up. Yeah. Now keep your hands up. Now put your hands up. Yeah. Ninth Wonder. It's when you step out on faith, choose to do what feel right, let everyone else trace. What we chase ain't the same. I'm still that rapper that your favorite rapper scared to rap after. Sometimes it's hard to chill, but choose to kill, 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 kill. I'm just that good, though I ain't worth a lot of millions. When you rap this well, a lot of rappers catch feelings. We all want the best, don't let a female kill them. Yeah, hard to choose coach over fame, cause you just wanna be set and take care of all your fame. It don't make you, but it'd be cool to have money like Wayne. Take the shorter roads to the family, ain't worry, ain't. Chose to build it slow, ain't no need, no hurry, ain't. It's hard to be political, can't say what's on your brain. Careers come quick, it's just as fast to bury them. But I chose to give a damn and box for you like pictures and Instagram. Chose to respect what was built by both Cool and Bam. You know who I am, word to my homie YN. Yeah, when hard to choose me, there's only one me, man. And it's so hard to choose. Yeah. That's why I chose to be that, cause where I'm from it ain't cool to be whack. And I'm so pro-black, though they don't choose me back, ain't that some choosy? Why it's hard to choose y'all over these jewels and whips. Welcome to my side. When you look in the crowd, the minority's never white. I appreciate y'all, but I'm lying if it don't bite. Why it's so hard to choose. Yeah, cause I love all races, but we gotta raise them. Cause I know the scale's tipping in no black girl's favor. Hey y'all, we all outcasts, it's black girl's favor. The blonde Barbie is scars, we all gotta save them. No love lost for whites, Latinos, or the Asians. Loyal to all, but when I look at these black girls' faces, I understand why I chose to be better, not basic. So it's hard to choose. So excuse if I don't care if hipsters relate. It won't for you at all why these songs were made. Like you overlaid at the airport and missed the sort of takeoff. Don't understand why we get naked. Why it's hard to choose being real or being fake, huh? Cause the world worship people that get the cake up. But I chose a daylight soul and raised the stake up. Now, why it's not hard to choose.
Yeah, Rapsody.
Yes. How you doing, Jen?
Woo! Give me chills. Let them know where you can find your music at, man.
They can find my music. It's on iTunes. I have released a Beauty and the Beast.
That's right.
Deluxe version with 3 extra songs, so you can get that at iTunes, IamRhapsody.com, JamlaRecords.com. Follow me on Twitter at Rapsody Music, Rapsody Music.
She's dope, man. Make sure you get that, all right? Ladies first.
Peace.